I get a lot of questions asking me, does the weight of the rope matter for rope flow? What weight is right for me? Can I just use a jump rope, a climbing rope, or any old rope I've got laying around? So I thought I'd make a video to share my thoughts, explain which ropes I use and when, to cover everything I want to say on the matter, and then I can just send people here to this video and maybe even answer some of the questions that you might not even know you had to. Hi, I'm Tim. I've taught thousands of people all over the world how to get started in rope flow, and I'm the founder of Wear the Rope, where we sell a variety of ethically produced, thoughtfully selected rope flow ropes worldwide. So, does the weight of the rope matter? Well, in short, yes, of course it does. So what do the different weight ropes actually do then? At Wear the Rope, we offer 4 different weights and thicknesses of flow ropes. Simply put, the size and weight of the rope you choose to flow with will dictate the type of session you will have. And depending on the rope you have, it will vary the speed of the flow, the strength required and the muscular recruitment involved, the balance demand on the body, and the intensity to the cardiovascular system, the heart and the lungs, etc. One thing I think is important to mention before we begin when thinking about the weights of flow ropes is that the weight mentioned is not actually the weight that the body will experience when it's in motion. It's just like with kettlebells. Just because it says 16 kilograms, when you're swinging it, the force that the body experiences going through it in order to control the kettlebell is much more than 16 kilograms. It's not like static lifting. This is dynamic and with weight swinging around the body, external from yourself, where centrifugal force, speed, length all play a factor in how much weight the body feels. So it's like this with rope flow as well. Swinging a 1.4 kilo rope, you experience a lot more than 1.4 kilos in the body in order to control that thing. So with that said, why don't I go through each of the different rope flow weights that we have and the multiple uses and values of each one. So first off, we have the smallest of our ropes, our light rope, aka Piccolo. It's 10mm thick and weighs about 0.3 kilos or 0.7 pounds. This rope is good for speed work, for dance practice to faster music, for rehab, especially for the shoulders, or just as a compact travel rope. As I just mentioned, for injury rehab, this is a great starting rope, especially for anyone with shoulder issues, as it takes you through all the healthy spiraling motions of rope flow, but without the weight demand on the shoulder joint that rope flow can have. It's also great for older or more sedentary people to get them gently moving again too. I personally like this rope for maxing out to a metronome, and I do this in my workshops too, either with matadors for beginners or double dragons for more advanced practitioners, and seeing what the maximum beats per minute I can keep up with and trying to beat it the next time I go out. If you want to mix some skipping or jump rope with your rope flow, then this would work perfectly. Or if you like to dance, then just put on some music and give this rope a whirl. Finally, I think it's great to travel with. It's super light, packs up super small, and you can take it on a hike real easy or pack it in your suitcase for holidays. Next up then we have the medium rope, aptly named Golden Teacher. It's 2mm thicker than the Piccolo at 12mm and weighs about 0.45 kilos or roughly 1 pound. This one has enough weight to it so that you'll feel it, but not so much that you're tired within a few minutes. You can still do a healthy 10 or 20 minute session on it before you feel it in your muscles, which is especially important when you're new, as rope flow takes your body through a whole series of angles, positions and rotations that, even though they're very functional, most of our bodies haven't experienced this type of activation in many years. Anyone who's new to rope flow can attest to the unique muscles that they didn't realize they had feeling fatigued the next day, especially around the core, stabilizing the spine, the obliques and the shoulders. This is the rope I recommend to all beginners. If you only want one rope, this is the one I would have, and it's personally the one I still use the most to this day myself. It's like selecting Mario or a middle-sized character in Mario Kart. The Goldilocks size rope, not too big, not too small. Heavy rope up next then, with the Cœur de Lion, which is French meaning lionheart. I named it that after Richard III's sword, because it's both heavy like a sword and obviously silver like a sword. And it's fun to think of our flow rope as a kind of liquid sword. And like a sword, it requires both strength and balance to use. It's 4mm thicker than the Golden Teacher at 16mm thick and about 0.7 kilos or 1 whole pound. The main value of using a rope like this are the muscular recruitment it requires. It's heavy enough that you can still flow at an alright speed, but you'll feel it in a lot more of your muscles as you go compared to a thinner or lighter rope. This is a great rope for HIIT workouts, getting your heart rate up and your lungs blowing quickly, so you can do short, intense bursts and really grease the grooves of rope flow patterns deep into your muscle memory. The second main value of this rope is the challenge to our balance. The heavier the weight you swing, the more you have to fight to remain balanced or become really precise with where you place your body to counter the swing of the rope, so it's more demanding on the core and the legs gripping the earth too, as well as obviously the shoulders and the arms. Now last but not least, our heaviest rope, the boa, is 8mm more again than the Coeur de Lion at 24mm. Do you see the geometry there? And at roughly 1.4 kilos or about 3 pounds. That's 50% thicker and nearly double the weight of the CDL. This one is more of a power rope, short bursts of near maximum effort to flow with. My favourite use for this rope is to take the balance recruitment of the lower limbs to the max. It's like dancing with a thick piece of rope or grappling with a big ass snake. When you're swinging it about, you really have to counter it by leaning against it. It's very fun and effective to try one-arm sword-like flows with, or one-legged balance challenge flows. It's also really nice to practice in combination with a lighter rope like the Golden Teacher. It just makes it feel so light in comparison when you go back to it in the same session after flowing with the boa. It also requires you to be incredibly honest with your movement patterns, and I wouldn't recommend it for beginners unless you're really up for the challenge. I just introduced it to the lineup of Wear the Rope flow ropes at the end of last year, and I only do them for short periods because it's a lot of work to make and stock them. I made a 12-minute follow along video that I'll link below to try with a heavy rope like this or the Coeur de Lion. Okay, so those are the main ropes I use. There are heavier ropes out there. I've seen up to 4 kilos, but I find anything heavier than about the weight of the boa seems to lose its constant spin motion, and I don't find it that fun or effective to practice with. As I mentioned earlier, some people ask me, can I just use a jump rope or a climbing rope or some cheap rope from Amazon? Now you can absolutely use any of them and you can do all the same patterns, but I just find them all a little too light for my liking. It doesn't get the same muscular recruitment or balance demand on the body, which is what I find so fun about rope flow. You could start with a jump rope or a climbing rope if you have easy access to it, and if you feel you want to go further with rope flow, maybe best to then invest in a proper flow rope when finances allow. So how do I use all the different rope weights then? So I generally go through phases with ropes where I use one main rope for a few months at a time. Sometimes piccolo is my favorite, and I just love going as fast as I can, putting in my headphones and flowing to some up-tempo music with. Then after a while, I might feel I want some weight for about 3 or 4 months and take my CDL everywhere I go. Or when I was in my balance phase, I used the boa every single day for several months. It just depends how I'm feeling and what training mood I'm in. So in summary then, it's not super necessary to have different weight ropes at all, and you can just use one and learn every pattern and have just as much fun the whole time. But if you want to get a little more serious about your practice, or if you're someone who likes to explore the depths and breadths of things like me, it might be worth investing in a diverse set of ropes. So that's it. I hope now you know a little more about why people use different ropes for rope flow. Now if you're interested, all the ropes I've shared are currently available on weartherope.com. We do sell bundles of the different ropes together or individual ropes with courses for beginners and intermediates too. However, the boa is only here for a limited time. As I mentioned earlier, there are a lot of work to make and stock them all year round. So here's a heads up, if you wanted one, now's your chance. If you have any other rope flow questions like this, please leave them in the comments below and I'll either reply or maybe I'll make a video like this to add to this series. Happy flowing and Godspeed.